Yes.
Yeah, I actually just hit record. Hey everyone, welcome to our Zoom call tonight. For those of you that are new to our team, let me be one of the first ones to welcome you to our Slim Sisters team. My name is Amber Livesey. I am one half of the Slim Sisters. My sister Jana Hooten is the other half, and we're both Diamond Ambassadors with Plexus. And so excited that you have joined our team. This is an incredible team to be on. We strive for success, but we are also so very family oriented and just love each other, pray for each other, and really love seeing each other succeed, everyone on this team. So like I said, I am recording this meeting. So for those who aren't able to get on here, they can watch the playback. Let me just give you a little bit of Zoom advice. Zoom is what we're using to communicate right now. If you need to turn off your video at any point, there's a little video camera in the bottom left corner. Now, let me just say that as someone that will be speaking on this call and the others that will be speaking on this call, it is nicer to have friendly faces staring back at us rather than little gray screens. So if you can have your video on, we'd love to see your smiling faces, as long as you're smiling. I mean, if your camera is just like pointed at your ceiling fan, you can turn your video off. But anyways, and then I do have everyone muted right now. That helps cut down on a lot of background noise. I'm going to open us up in a quick word of prayer, and then I'm going to share a little bit about convention. Y'all, it is humid in Dallas today, like crazy humid. It's been raining all day, and it's really humid in our house. I'm not sure what that's about, and my glasses keep fogging up. So if you see me be like this, it's to try to get my glasses to clear up because they're kind of freaking out right now. Okay, let's open in a word of prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you so much for this day. I thank you for getting everyone home safely from Las Vegas. I thank you for the great convention that we had. Lord, I just pray that you will bless our time together tonight. Lord, that we will be able, each and every one of us, to further our businesses because of things and tools we learned on this call. Lord, we thank you for this gift called Plexus. In your name, amen. So I just want to share with you guys, and I'm going to share a little bit at the end as well, and we have several others that are going to be talking tonight that were at convention. I just have to tell you, this was my 4th Plexus convention to attend. I went when they had it in Dallas, in Phoenix, last year in Vegas, and this year in Vegas. And I left this year feeling different than any other year. And those of you that were there, maybe you know what I'm talking about. And I think a lot of that comes from the excitement that I feel that our company as a whole is headed. To hear them get up and talk about the new websites we're going to be getting. You guys, they showed us screenshots. They showed us how this is going to work. It is state of the art. My husband, who's a software programmer, was sitting next to me completely geeking out because he was so excited about how new everything is going to be. And to hear them say that our competitors will be looking at us to see what we are doing. We will be leading the way. And we're doing that in so many different ways with all of our gut health products, which we're going to talk a little bit about tonight, with the new Lexi app. Oh my goodness, have you guys downloaded Lexi yet? Please tell me you have. If you have, raise your hand, okay? It's incredible. Download it. Don't let it intimidate you. I know some of you may be thinking, oh, you know, more technology, not my thing. That's okay. Don't let it intimidate you. Here's what I've learned about our back office and about the Lexi app and stuff. Download it, get in there and just start playing with it a little bit and learn it. And it's not that difficult to learn, okay? Eventually, after I figure it out a little bit more and have more time with it, we just got back home late last night. Oh, bless American Airlines. Anyway, we were supposed to come home on Saturday. We didn't get home till late last night. But as soon as I have more time to kind of figure everything out with it, we're going to be doing a training call on Lexi. So don't let it intimidate you. We're all in this together. We're all learning all of these new things together, and which I think is super duper exciting. I just said super duper. That was kind of weird. Anyway, I want to just tell you guys just a few things that I Yes, Stephanie, great point. Tomorrow is the last day to get Lexi at the discounted price of $14.99. After tomorrow, it goes up to $29.99. So it's half off right now. So make sure you download it before then. Thank you for that reminder. Got someone unmuted again. Okay. Couple things I just wanted to mention to you guys about convention that really got to me, that I really walked away from, is first of all, our theme this year was believe. And I've always believed in my team. I've always believed in you guys. I've always known anyone can do this business. But it was so much fun to watch so many of you actually start to believe that for yourselves. It was really fun to watch some who this was their very first convention, just to watch them look at the stage and all the branding and just how beautiful and first class Plexus does everything. You guys, if you don't know this already, we are a legit company and they do things big and it is first class, and the stage setup, it's good enough for Kelly Clarkson. You know what I'm saying? So they do things right, from winner's dinner to the VIP reception to that concert. Everything is done first class. And it was so much fun for me to watch some of y'all really get that. And not only to start to believe in our company, but I watched as some of your eyes got big and your belief got even bigger in yourself. You guys, that is the key to this business. You have to have belief in our products, belief in our company, and those two things right there, I can help you build those. Your upline can help you build those, but you also have to have belief in yourself. And that is something you have to do and you have to build for yourself. So let me see, just by a raise of hands, how many of y'all think you can do this? How many of you believe you can do this? You can make it to the top of this company. I love that. I love seeing so many of the hands raised. And I want you to know, Rita just says hand. I want you to know I believe in every single person on this team. We have a strong upline. We have a strong team. You guys have some strong sidelines. Every single person can do this. When you really get to know some of the other jewels in our company, you start to realize that it is every type of personality. There are introverts, there are extroverts, there are extra extroverts, it takes all kinds. So please don't ever discount yourself and think, I don't know if I can do this, okay? Because I know that you can. Start building that belief in yourself if you haven't already. Another thing that I personally walked away with at convention this year was just an extra special love for our corporate staff, for how they love us, for how they always seek what is best for the ambassador. Alec Clark will tell you that his goal is to get out of the ambassador's way. For us to be able to get in there, do our own thing, and corporate get out of our way, so to speak, okay? And I love the family values, and I get this every year, but this year especially with what they did for our family, and so many of you all have seen that, and the tribute that they did for Allie. If you haven't seen that, you can go to my Facebook page or Jana's Facebook page and watch that. And just so you all know, Jana and Steve were contacted and said, can we do something? It wasn't, not that you guys would think, but we didn't reach out and say, can y'all do something? They wanted to do it for Jana and her family and our family and for Allie, and it was beautifully done. Another thing, and some of y'all who are speaking later may mention this, and you guys know I'm so practical. I don't dig in really, really deep. I'm so practical. But another thing that I loved is how many people stood on that stage and gave glory to God. The night that they did the tribute for Allie, which the gospel was all throughout that, right after that, a lady who's an Emerald Ambassador by the name of Alita Allen sang, and it was a God-honoring song that she wrote after losing her husband. She's 33, or she was 33 years old when he passed with 4 kids. He passed very suddenly right before convention last year. And she stood on that stage and she gave glory and honor to God. And so did Carrie Wilkerson, and so did Les Brown, and on and on and on we go. You guys, if you haven't figured this out yet, you're in the right company at the right time with the right people and the right products. Hallelujah. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will, because it sure gets me excited. Okay, so right now what I want to do is hear from some of y'all. I see that my sweet friend Ann Scahill is on this call. I want you guys to be praying for her. Ann is not feeling well. She was going to speak on this call, and I hope it's okay if I say this. She thinks she might have food poisoning, so be praying for Ann. But I want to turn it over to my friend Amber Sheffield. Amber, if you'll go ahead and unmute. And I have asked each one of our speakers to share with us their biggest takeaways from convention for those of you who couldn't be there, so that you can hear and learn more about convention. And then also for those of us who were there, no doubt that your biggest takeaway is not going to be mine. I'm going to get something from you in this call. So Amber Sheffield is a Senior Ruby ambassador on our team and a dear friend of mine. I want to hear from you, sweet friend. So go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. So she said a lot of good stuff. I mean, there is so much we could talk about. But like she said, with the whole everybody mentioning Jesus and just giving glory to God, like I love that. Every time I go to a Plexus event, there is some way, shape, or form that people are giving glory to him. So that's always amazing to me. But I just want to real quickly touch on one of my biggest takeaways. And I know we've probably heard this before, but for some reason it just really sunk in this year in the way it was worded, is to not be your own obstacle. Okay. Sometimes we are the reason why we are not growing in this business. We are our biggest obstacle sometimes. And I know for me, it's something I've been dealing with. I'm Senior Ruby. I'm really working hard to hit Emerald by July 31st so I can go out to Hawaii and, just do it. And it's something I've been struggling with lately is what is getting in my way. And so some things I talked about there just really helped me with Carrie Wilkerson and Les Brown, and just talking about how you are enough and to put your blinders on and don't compare yourself to other people's journeys. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. I'm not Amy Paul. I'm not Amber Livesey or Livesey. I'm not Jana Hooten. I'm not Celeste Gwynn. We are our own person. We have a way to teach our own team and what our team needs. And so it just really, some things they were saying just really spoke to me that I need to stop being my own obstacle. I need to stop letting little fears get in the way. I need to just get on the horse and just go and do everything. Like, here's me. Okay. This is my struggle is I have all these ideas. I have these great ideas, but I doubt myself. And then sure enough, one of our upline will say something. I'm like, that is something I've been thinking. I just need to go with it. I need to stop doubting myself and just do things that I really feel are good for my team. And so the way they worded it, it was just so, so good. So that's one of my biggest takeaways is just to get out of the way, just to get on and give it to God daily and let him just use my business even more. And I don't want to be a hindrance. I don't want to be in the way of what God has planned. And another thing really quick I just wanted to say is go to convention. Go plan right now to go next year. Go to all the Plexus events. We have Leaders Retreat coming up. Go to Leaders Retreat. Like, you do not want to miss it. But I just wanted to plug that in, that start saving now for convention. Start right now saying, I'm going no matter what. Get your team there. It is huge. I had some of my team this year, some of them were new, and just to see their eyes light up, like, oh my goodness, like it really is huge, like what Plexus does. They imagined what it could be like, but it was so much more than what they could imagine. And just to see that belief, like Amber talked about, that belief instilled in them, was just rewarding. So just get your team there, do what it takes, promote it, just plan now for next year. You do not want to miss it. There's no way to explain a Plexus event like convention or Leaders Retreat until you go. There really isn't. So anyway, that's my short little takeaway there. Go ahead, Amber.
Thank you so much. That was short, but it was so good. I absolutely love that. I tell people, as soon as you start trying to be someone else is when we're all going to start missing you. Like, there's enough of God made us all so different. Be yourself. Don't try to be someone else. And I absolutely love that. I love everything that you just said. Okay, next I want to hear from, hold on, I got to get my order pulled up. My pal, Vicki Halbert. Now, I have known Vicki pretty much my entire life. And Vicki is a Ruby ambassador on our team. Was this your third convention?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we want to hear from you, Vicki, and share some of your biggest takeaways with us.
Okay, yeah, this was my third convention and by far my favorite. And I have a feeling just from what we've heard so far tonight that y'all are going to hear the word belief a ton because that was strongly enforced in my heart at convention. And it is vital, like Amber said, just get to convention because if you're struggling in that area, belief in yourself, belief possibly in some of our products, maybe even the company, you're questioning some things, go to convention. It'll fix every bit of that. And couple of my biggest takeaways were just, watching Alec and Tara on the stage and their love and their belief in us and our company. Oh, it was contagious. And then Carrie Wilkerson stepped on all 10 of my toes. And I needed that so bad. Just belief in myself. And stop it with the excuses. And on our little car ride on the way home, the four of us from the airport home, we had about a 3-hour trip. We had another convention in the car and our brains were we were coming up with all kinds of ideas, things that we wanted to try. We were so excited, so on fire. And every time we would come up with some kind of an excuse, we would say, stop it, like Carrie taught us to do. And she said, I'm really, really bad. One of my weaknesses is making excuses. And I'm going to quit pointing the fingers at my team or the back office or so-and-so or I want to look right here and I want to try to fix myself. And she said, excuses are lies you tell, and nobody else believes but you. And that just really, really hit home to me because that is exactly the truth. And so I want to personally, put it out there that I want to try to work harder on myself. And then I think that things will start to build from there. And then one of the things that Les said, we got to finish out the week with Les Brown, and oh my gosh, he was so good. I just want to go home with him. And, we talk so much about your why, and that's very, very important. Why are you in this business? Why are you on these products? Why do you want to do this? That is always very important, but he kind of turned it around and gave me a little different way to look at it. And it really, really resonated with me. He said to write down 5 reasons you're never going to give up. And that kind of turned the tables. And, I know why I'm here. I know why I'm doing this, but just to list those 5 reasons why you're never going to quit, that I was like, oh my gosh, I could name 50 reasons why I'm never going to quit. I thought that was really, really good. But just the entire week of getting to be there was so good. And we love getting to go to convention. This was my 3rd one, like I said, but they just keep getting better. And to see how far we've come just in these last 3 years and how each year the conventions are getting better and better, it is just so exciting. And so, yeah, it is vitally important to get yourself there, any team members that you can, because you grow closer. I loved getting to see all of our girls on our team, all the Slim Sister girls. I missed some of you somehow still. I didn't get to see Anne, and I didn't get to see, oh gosh, I forgot names. I forgot to get to some of you, but we had a wonderful time. So it's just so important. If you can get there. It's worth every penny.
Thank you, Vicki. I'm curious to know if your husband knows that you wanted to go home with Les Brown.
Oh yeah, he would love Les. I told him he could come too.
Well, since Les is old enough to be your grandpa, so I think we're seriously good. But I absolutely love that. And like I said earlier, I knew that y'all were going to say stuff that I had missed. And I missed the 5 reasons you're never going to quit. And I just I knew that that was going to happen, that y'all were going to say things that some of us had missed because we were so busy soaking it all in and taking so many notes and all that. But
Yeah.
anyway, and yes, his laugh is amazing. Cracks. When he starts to laugh, I laugh at him laughing. But anyway, okay, now I have asked my pal Julie McNeely to speak. And Julie knows her products. And so she is going to talk to us briefly about the 2 new products. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this, we are all learning together. We're going to be getting more and more and more information about the Vital Biome and about the Mega X Plus, or the X Factor Plus. So while she's talking, let's keep our questions to a minimum in the chat, because that can be super distracting while you're trying to share information. If you have some questions, maybe jot them down real quick. And if we have time, we'll take them at the end, okay? Julie's a Ruby ambassador on our team. Super proud of this gal. And so Julie, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right, awesome. Amber, you need to know that I love you with all the awesome things that were talked about at convention. And I'm choosing to do the one that everybody's like, okay, I'm going to put it on mute now and go to the bathroom. Y'all stay around, because I promise I won't.
Heck no, we all, this is what we want to hear.
Okay. So I am a little bit of a nerd when it comes, I'm a lot of bit of a nerd, who am I kidding? When it comes to products. And a lot of it, especially these, because this is what's been a game changer for me. Gut health, long before it was cool to like gut health, I was learning all about it because I have ulcerative colitis. And so learning about the microbiome of the gut is just fascinating to me. So let me start here. Don't let the word, a lot of you, you're like, your eyeballs gloss over when you hear the word microbiome and you're like, okay. So don't let that freak you out. Okay, so let's break down. Biome is like a life community. Okay, bio means life. So biome is just a life community. It's a place, an environment of life. All right. So then let's look at the other part of that word, micro. Micro means what? Small, right? Tiny. That means you have to see it with a microscope. Okay, so microbiome. There are many microbiomes all over. Okay. There's probably on the back of all of our phones, there is a microbiome, right? They said it's one of the grossest places. That and the bottom of your purse are pretty nasty. But this is the microbiome of the gut. So this is the life community, this place where all these things live that we can't see with our human eye. It's a microscopic community. And we want this community to be a healthy community. So this matters. It gives rise to so much of the way that our body functions. That's why these products matter. I had to get that out of the way because I know that we've heard that so much since the new Slim came out, and I want us to understand what that means as we talk about these products. So let me jump in first with the X Factor Plus, because we have a little bit of a base knowledge of X Factor, right? So X Factor Plus, first of all, I hear this question all the time. Yes, there is still aloe. Bonus, ding, 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 is that it's not just bits and pieces like before. It is the actual aloe from the inside of the leaf, or the gel as we know it. Your mom ever had one of those? You got to burn. They go and find the aloe plant, crack it open. Did y'all ever have that? My grandma always had one. And you rub it on there. That gel, it's actually a better form. So we still have aloe, and we actually have the better form. The bonus on top of that is that all of these ingredients that are here now, there's 2 words I want you to hear. And so, because this is important as you share. We have actually 4 words. Bioactive, okay, means that it's the better form of these ingredients. Bioavailable, which means that it is the form of these ingredients that your body can readily recognize and absorb, okay? Methylated, which means that these methylated forms of the folic acid is methylated folate instead of folic acid, and the methylated B12. That means your body doesn't have to go through all these processes to be able to take it in. It actually takes it in. And then the last one is chelated. And when you hear that, that just is the same thing. All of these words mean that your body has to go through less things to process it. Now, are you going to be able to memorize all the things that are in X Factor Plus? Not. You're not going to be able to. But here's what you need to understand. All of those big words I told you, what they mean is that all of these nutrients that are in X Factor Plus, your body can take them in and do what needs to be done without going through all these extra steps. So it's readily available. Okay, it's the difference in me handing you a frozen steak in a Ziploc pack and saying, here, eat this, and you having to go through all the process of opening it, thawing it, marinating it, and then cooking it, and then cutting it up, and then chewing it, and then your body takes it in, right? Okay, so what Plexus has done is has simplified that down so that as soon as you take this in, your body can quickly assimilate it into your nutrient system. That is why X Factor Plus is amazing. Okay, so it has all that it had before, plus it has before it had 10 main nutrients and vitamins. Now it has 23, plus it has over 50 trace minerals that your body needs. And I'm not going to hit on all these, but I'm just going to give you an example of what that means. Like one of them is molybdenum. And so I was a biology minor, almost major. And so that's why I know all these nerdy things. But I thought this was really interesting that it talks about having that in there, and I wanted to find it. So here's why that matters, that there's a trace of that. It's an essential trace mineral that assists enzymes in breaking down fats and carbohydrates. I'm just highlighting that just to let you know, Plexus knows what they're doing. This product, even the trace minerals are doing work. They are doing the work. Now, the awesome thing that we can say about this is because of the polyphenols that are here, the polyphenols that are in the X Factor Plus, they actually help with the symptoms of menopause and premenopausal symptoms. So this is fantastic because clinical studies have shown this, which means we can say it compliantly. You can say, hey, you got hot flashes, I got something for you. This is awesome and this is amazing. Now, I want to highlight one more thing because in my research and studying for y'all, these are things that I feel like aren't floating around out there, and then we see it and somebody's going to ask us and we're not going to know what that means. On the bottle of X Factor Plus, it actually says microbiome activating complex. Here's why this says that. Anytime you see that, and you know, I need to look and see if it's on other products because I'm wondering if it is or if it's going to be future, because it says this. The microbiome activating logo that you see on our Plexus products, this is what it means. It's gone through a independent and scientifically validated in vitro human gut simulation study that measures the effect the product has directly on the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, so what that means is that's not just a cute little logo they put on there. It means it's actually been through a study that gives this product further validity scientifically. It means it's effective, it works, it's been shown in an independent clinical trial. Okay, so if you see that little thing, that's what that means. Okay, so I'll move on. That's X Factor Plus. You need to have this. You need to take it. I mean, honestly, there's not a person on the planet that does not need this multivitamin. And if you were not there to hear them say this, I'm going to say it. Over 50% of Americans take a multivitamin. Do you know what percentage of Plexus ambassadors purchase X Factor? Anyone? 20%. Wow, that is a ridiculously low percentage when 50% of Americans, and so we need to be sharing this with people. I mean, honestly, if you can't get them to start anything else, this should be the product because everybody's walked up into Walmart and got a product, okay, and got a multivitamin. All right, now, Vital Biome. So I know all of you going, why do we have another probiotic, okay? Well, Vital Biome is a probiotic. Whereas, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the difference because I know you're all thinking it. The difference with ProBio 5. ProBio 5 is an enzyme, an antifungal enzyme complex. That means it has the antifungal enzymes and it also has 3 strains of live bacteria, of good bacteria. Now, Vital Biome does not have enzymes, nor does it have the antifungal. It does have 8 strains of the top good bacteria that we need in our gut to do all these amazing things like boost mood, lower anxiety, depression. I'm going to read over this. Stabilize stress hormones, combat bloating and relieve bowel discomfort, boost immune and digestive systems, help get out of distress. And if you go on to look at all of the different bacteria that are in there, what's amazing about them is that they also do so many more things. Like they increase akkermansia. Anybody had ever heard of that before? Yes. Okay, that's our Slim does the same. So you can imagine this comes together, and so it's really helping that our metabolism be at its best. So the Vital Biome is going to be for someone who, maybe is struggling. If you hear if you're like, gosh, I don't know whether to do my Vital Biome, I don't know whether to do Probiotic 5. If they have more of like a sweet tooth and they're dealing with sugar cravings and things like that, you're going to want to start them on Probiotic 5. If they're only wanting to pick one and it's something where they are really struggling with anxiety, depression, mood, bowel discomfort, then you may want to start them on Vital Biome. But now these products can also work together. You just don't want to take them at the same time. But this does not have to be an either or. I was just giving you the scenario if someone says either or, okay? Because here's the great thing about these products is that they work together. And I know some of you may have seen the graphic. It was funny because we were talking about this at convention, and I was kind of trying to explain it just because I had a little bit of a base knowledge of what I understood just from grabbing that about the feed, seed, weed, and protect. I had left off the protect part, but that's the way I understand the gut anyway in my head, is that feed, seed, and weed. So I want to just really quickly tell you that so that you grasp this concept of how these all come together and why you should be so ridiculously excited, like this nerd, about this whole thing. Okay. So the feed is the new Slim. It's going to go in there. It's like the Miracle Grow for your gut, but here's what sets it apart. It's not your mama's prebiotic. Okay. This prebiotic, the reason it's patented is because it targets just the good bacteria. Now, you would be crazy to walk out in your garden and just put Miracle Grow on everything, weeds included, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that in your gut either. So this prebiotic, it's basically like the Slim is going in there and preparing the soil, making it nutrient rich, making sure that it's ready to receive the seed. Okay. But before you do that, you go in with a tiller, right? When you're doing a garden, and if I got any gardeners or people, who plant, and you have to get out the weeds, like you got to get up the grass. You don't want that crabgrass in there taking over. So that's what the weeding part that comes in, that's the Probiotic 5 and the BioCleanse. The Probiotic 5 is that antifungal. It's killing off of that bad bacteria. The BioCleanse comes in and ushers it out gracefully, not harshly. And so that's what the weed part is. The seed is our new product, Vital Biome. It is all the goodness, all the goodness. So you've got the Slim in there that's prepared the soil, the Probiotic 5 and the BioCleanse have weeded that out. Then you put the seed in there, and guess what? They found the perfect place to land. They found the perfect soil to go into. And then you have the X Factor Plus, which comes along and protects. It's the polyphenols in there that do that, the grapeseed extract, the apple extract that come in there. And they make sure it's that microbiome activating complex, and it's making sure that those seeds are protected. So I would think about that if you're a country girl like me, that all of the, if you have deer getting into the garden and they put up the little fence around the garden to make sure that all the animals can't get in there and get those seeds, that they're protected. That's what your X Factor does. It protects that. And it further it's almost like watering as well. It's making sure that those seeds are ready and they are ready to grow. So you have that good bacteria. And it's all about balancing. Y'all, I'm telling you, there is nowhere else that is doing this. You are in the right place. This company truly cares about health, because guess what? It is not a quick fix, but it is a lifelong root issue being dealt with so that your body can begin to work and function the way that God created it to function. And that's with appropriate levels of all of these things. So if you're not excited about Vital Biome and X Factor Plus, you should be, because they are amazing. And yes, you can, these are companions with Triplex. They work perfectly with that. You can start in different ways, but if you understand the concept that I just gave you, that weed, seed, feed, and protect, you can understand why you weed and why you want to get that weeding in there first, and you want to get that soil, the feed, you want to get that in there first. So it does make sense to start with Triplex to make sure that's taken care of, and then add in X Factor Plus and Vital Biome. Okay. So anyway, that's my whole spiel, and I'm super excited about these. If you have any questions, I don't know that I know them all, but I can answer them as best as I can later on. But please, I know it's nerdy, but be excited about these products, and don't let the fact that you don't feel like you know it all, but if you can't say everything I just said, and I'm not even like super like the scientist about it, it's fine. Don't let that stop you. Just remember the weed, seed, feed, and protect, and say, look, you have a life environment happening in your gut, and it needs to be healthy, and these products will do it. If you can know that, then you've got everything you need in your arsenal to go out and tell the world that they need this. Okay. So there you go.
Wow. Julie, I have always known you were a rock star, but now you just told our whole team how much of a rock star you are. And if I wasn't excited about it before, I am now after hearing you talk about it. Your excitement is contagious. Let me just say a couple things. We had a diamond meeting on Friday before we left. And one of the things Cindy Latham told us was that if you have someone who they can only start on a certain amount of products, maybe they can't do the triplex plus all of this, she said start them on the Slim, the Vital Biome, and the X Factor Plus, the 2 new products plus the Slim, always the Slim. And here was her reasoning. Those products are going to give them the quickest results. Now, they may not be the exact results that they're looking for, but they may see results in hair growth or their nails growing faster or something like that. But those products can kind of be our gateway, our gateway drugs, okay? And that is if someone can only get a few. They said, and then they talked about continuing to take your triplex the same way you are right now, your ProBio and BioCleanse. If you take, like I do, if you take both of those at night, continue to do that. If you take your BioCleanse between meals, continue to do that. And then they talked about taking your Vital Biome in the morning. And if I understand it correctly, you only need one Vital Biome. It's not like, fluctuation with the ProBio 5. You only need one.
You shouldn't have die-off with the Vital Biome as well, because you may have some gas and bloating, but that just means that the good bacteria are getting in there. That is exactly what happens. They release gas into the body when the good bacteria get in there and start crowding out the bad. So that means that the product's actually working. So you want to be aware of that when people start it, let them know that. Honestly, you would probably be more likely to have a little bit of die-off with the Slim than you would the Vital Biome, because a prebiotic can sometimes cause a little bit more of that die-off than just the probiotic by itself.
Yes, there will be a welcome pack with some of these products, and there will be combos. But for right now, we just have the products like they are, but they will be coming out with combos soon. Don't have an exact date for that or anything, but soon. Julie, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can
I say
much.
One more thing?
Yeah, of course.
If you have not accessed in your back office, if you go to menu, then go to tools, then go to shareable. And I know that when we kind of scan through, it looks all the same, but there's one that says product information sheet. I'm telling you, you will feel so much more confident, and it's nothing than to build your confidence. Print that out and read it, highlight it, make notes, because as you read all it helps with, it's going to help you notice people that are in your news feed or whatever that need the effects that these products can have on their life and on their health. So I would really encourage you guys to do that. There is a wealth of information just in that sheet, and there's a glossary of ingredients. Go through it, read it, because it will definitely help you in your business.
Yeah, that's an awesome tip. Someone said the sound cut out. I said that they are recommending to take the Vital Biome in the morning. You'll need one of them. From what I hear, the old X Factor will not go away as it is right now. So, okay, let's move on to some more exciting stuff. I want to hear from my friend Stephanie Erskine. Stephanie's an Emerald Ambassador. And Stephanie, talk us through a little bit of what that's like at convention to be an Emerald Ambassador. Where are you? There you are. So take it away, Steph.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this was my third convention, and it was my first convention going as a Jewel. And oh my word, it is amazing. Like, you get the celebrity treatment is what it feels like. If, I can just imagine what a celebrity feels like. So going in and you have, registration, you don't have to stand in these long, long lines. You have a whole separate room with these white leather couches, your own little picture taking thing, your own stash of Slim, that they have flowing. And they even have like coffee and mimosas and everything set up over here. And you just walk up and get your registration. And, I think they now have a Senior Rubies, and above, you get your own coach, which is amazing. And so we were able to meet our coaches in person and our old liaisons, and it was awesome. And then there's a hospitality room that they have set up for you, like in the middle of the hotel, where you can go in at any time, and just they have snacks or lunch or just, you know, even more slim, of course. But it's like just a getaway, and it's just amazing. So I like they really know how to treat their ambassadors. Like, I felt spoiled before, but man, going this year, I really did. So like, I cannot wait for all of you guys to experience it, because I know you will. So yeah, it's awesome. And just to get on the bandwagon with everybody else, all the other girls saying you have to get to convention. Guys, I did hear some people, some team members say, well, you know, why go to convention? Because I get it all right here where I am, you know, because yeah, I did record some of the videos too. And some of our, you know, leaders have too. So you can see it, because we want you to hear everything. We can't relay everything we learn. Like, it's so much. But guys, when you're not there, you can't grasp everything. Like, we can't give you half of what we see and experience and learn. It's absolutely mind-blowing and amazing, and it's humbling. Like, your heart is going to be so overjoyed and thankful, and your belief is just going to be out of this world, and you can't get that in a video or get it in a recap call. Like, you can only get it in person. So anyway, to go on to my stuff, that just a couple of the many things that I learned that I took away. It was about me, of course. And like, I think Vicki, you know, my toes were stepped on a lot. Like, talk about conviction, and like, oh man. But one thing, and I'm sharing more of what, you know, each rank you get like your own little training session. So this was actually the Emeralds training session. So there were a few jewels that were speaking to us, and it just spoke to my heart. The main tip was to start my day with me, and how important that is. Because, you know, we're always telling people, you know, you can't pour from an empty cup. Well, that's right. But we have to take that, you know, we have to take that advice ourselves. Like, we ourselves can't pour into our team, into sharing Plexus with others from an empty cup. And that's not just from our health, from the products. That's from us personally growing. And so what are you filling your cup with? So like, you really have to seriously look at what you're doing every day. You know, Carrie Wilkerson had told us, you know, to do a power hour. And I'm going to be vulnerable and very honest with you guys. You know, yes, I started that, but then I get busy. Then messages start coming in. Then life just takes over, and you let life take over. And so then what happens? Well, it happened for me. Instead of starting my day with devotions with the Lord, like I usually do every day, that gets hit, you know, on the back burner, when that's the number one important thing in my life that I need. That's the number one important thing in my business. And when that goes to the back burner, everything else just kind of falls out of balance, and I get overwhelmed. And so the first thing we have to do, start your day with you, whatever that looks like for you. For me, that's my devotions. That's my time spent with the Lord. That's taking my Slim and my Vital Biome. I just started it. And yes, I'm taking it together because I heard you can. And then, you know, that's my breakfast. That's my time with my kids now that they're out of school. And then that's my IPA. And that's the other big thing they said. You have to do your IPA. Your IPA is the most important. More important than, you know, messaging your team, or, you know, reaching out to your team and answering messages, emails, and everything. It's your IPA. Because your team, I had to write some of this stuff down. So, but the best thing I can do for my team is my IPA. My team does what I do, not what I say. And that really hit home with me. Another thing that I just started today that Les Brown had said was, he said, okay, everybody write it down. Look up on YouTube my speech at the Georgia Dome. So Les Brown at the Georgia Dome speech. And he said, listen to it for 90 days. Listen to it every day for 90 days. I started, today was my day one. And it's awesome because he's just awesome. And you have to discipline your mindset. And that's what this is getting started to do. So I can't wait to see after my 90 days just how much more belief I have. So I challenged my team. So hopefully, we can all get in on this together. One other thing, which I hate to admit, because I have actually told people in, new ambassador trainings, is that an important thing when you start out is branding yourself. What's your brand? I got to be honest. I didn't really know what that really meant. I didn't. But they went into it for us. And it's very important. Branding yourself is, what impression do you leave behind? Your reputation is your brand. The way you make people feel is your reputation. And when they put it like that, it made it a lot easier for me to understand. And it's like, wow, now I can really look and see what that was, what my brand is. And you go back and you look your past 3 weeks on Facebook or on whatever social media you're on, and just see what kind of brand are you leaving? What kind of reputation are you leaving? Are you somebody that you would want to be friends with? Allow people to have a glimpse of your life. You don't tell them everything. You don't air your dirty laundry. You don't vent on Facebook or social media, but let them have a glimpse of our lives. That just creates curiosity. And then you weave Plexus and the opportunity into your life. Because then we're not selling it, because we don't want to sell to our friends. We're sharing it. And it's just a part of our life. And then people are like, whoa, well, how did they afford that? Or, well, man, they sure have a ton of energy. That creates the curiosity that, oh, well, it must be Plexus. So those were the main things. But that one question that I just said, do you want to be friends with you? You got to really look at yourself and what you're leaving, what kind of reputation you have. So that's
so good, Stephanie. And I don't know if I could handle being friends with myself. We'd probably never get anything done. But oh my gosh, that was so good. I took a lot of notes. And I was sitting here as you were talking, thinking about a very, very long time ago. Jana and I were doing a Slim Sisters call, and she asked you to speak. And I remember her telling me how nervous you were and how, you were just really, really nervous. And I'm listening to you now going, she's amazing. Like, she could lead a whole call for our entire team. And I'm thinking the same thing about like Vicki and just different ones of you that I've watched as this business has completely brought you out of your shell. And like it has for me, built a lot of self-confidence. And it's one of those things you don't expect. You expect to make great money because you know the comp plan. You expect to get healthier because you know the products, that you don't expect for self-confidence to come. And it's just, I don't know. I'm just so proud of you. And I took so many notes with what you were saying. I wish I could have been in the Emerald session and in mine, because ours was good too. But can you say that reputation phrase again? The branding yourself is your reputation, all that. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't mean to make you cry.
Amber.
Sorry.
Please. No, that's okay. Thank you. Okay, let me look at my notes again. Okay, yeah. What impression do you leave behind? Your reputation is your brand.
Okay.
The way you make people feel is your reputation.
That's awesome. I love that. Okay, we're going to keep moving right along. my dear friend Amy Triplett, also an Emerald Ambassador. I told her she has to talk fast, so hopefully we can listen fast. Okay, Amy, are you ready? There
Okay,
you go.
now I'm ready. Hey everyone. Man, you guys, this is so incredible. I have to agree with basically everything that all of you have said.
Amy.
Yes?
Okay,
Can you hear me?
now I can hear you. I couldn't for a minute. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said I agree with everything everybody said. It's so exciting. Julie and I sat next to each other when they were going through products, and I was one that was a little bit glazed over. So I'm so thankful she was there to explain it because, yes, it is so, so exciting. Okay, so guys, they gave us so much information. We have the new Rank Up roadmap. We have this new Aspire self-development program, the Lexi virtual assistant, new recognition, oh my goodness, I can't even say it, recognition gifts, the consistency club, oh my goodness, I was like a proud mama watching Julie across that stage for the 500 consistency club, and you guys, they made it even better. Now we have the 700, so I personally am going to be shooting for that, so I'm so excited about all of the new incredible things that they have going on for us. Their new back office, oh my goodness, I cannot wait. I've already been using the word subscription. So instead of saying auto ship or what was the other one that we use now? Convenience order, which it is nice and convenient, but now we get to say subscription. Anyway, there's tons of stuff. So let me just tell you, when I learn all these things, I'm just like you. Like I get so, so excited. And I come home and it's almost like, I think someone said drinking from a fire hydrant. You're like, oh, okay, how am I going to learn all these amazing things? So let me just tell you, like, I'm the kind, I want to jump off my chair. I'm so thrilled. I admit this was by far the best event yet. So let me tell you what I had to do and what I've done today and what I'm so excited about. It's honestly everything Stephanie just said. I actually just texted Amber and I was like, you know what? You could skip me. Stephanie got it all. Like, that's exactly what, wasn't that was like the best meeting. I love those breakout sessions because you guys, I like all the things that you're saying. I'm telling you, like, I am a go-getter. I get so excited, but I pour from an empty cup. And I am the one that's like, my phone is right there when I first wake up. I pick it up before I do anything else. And it's like 10:30 before I even went to the bathroom, like noon before I forgot to eat. And guys, I don't even shower. It's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon some days, even if I do. Anyway, I shower, but I always wash my hair. Anyway, so the main thing that I got was just like Stephanie said, you can do all these busy things and go and do all the activity, but you've got to take care of yourself. Here's some takeaways personally that I've done and I'm doing and I'm committing to. I am charging my phone in a separate room and it's going off at 11 o'clock at night and I'm not touching it again until, it's been the last few days, it's been until 10 o'clock when I too, just like Stephanie said, do my morning routine, read my Bible. That's so important, you guys. You cannot continue to be a leader and grow at yourself personally if you're not pouring into your own personal development. With that said, I'm going to be working just as hard. I made 10 phone calls today. I'm telling you, the scariest thing ever. I can message 80 people. It doesn't intimidate me. But I ask my team to push themselves outside their comfort zone. Well, your comfort zone might be speaking on a Zoom call, or that might be out of yours. That's not out of mine. I can message anyone. I can talk to anyone. You asked me to pick up the phone. Oh my goodness, I was terrified. But I'm going to do it mostly to just push myself and do something that's scary. And guess what, you guys? I got a new ambassador and a new customer today for doing something that was terrifying. And I had a couple people message me and say, okay, what are you saying? And I'm like, honestly, I'm just kind of trying to get over my fear and just sharing my heart and, telling about the new products, inviting them to an event I have, and it just kind of works out. So anyway, that is it. Lastly, I know I am talking fast. Hope you're catching on this. But the last thing I want to say, and here's one regret I have. This is my biggest regret from convention. Okay. I regret not personally inviting every single team member, including my newest newbies. I'm telling you, you're there and you're just like, I forget who said it, but like there's just something about being there and hearing everything, because your aha moment is not going to be mine. Like, we're all going to get different things. But I had one of my newest ambassadors, and I was almost joking because she had just joined, and it was like 4 days before their convention started, and I was like, hey, there's a spot, a room, would you like to come? And she said yes. And you know what? She messaged me today, I'm assigning 11 ambassadors this month, and she is on fire, and she is so excited. And she said to me, I'm going to surprise you. And I said, no, you're not going to surprise me, because you're here and you're going to do this, and nothing you do is going to surprise me, because I see you going all the way. So I wish so badly I would have, believed that, all of my newbies could come, all of my teammates. I wish I would have built it up more and made sure I had more of my team. We had like 30 there. We had a large amount of people, but I do wish that I wouldn't assume that people aren't going to come just because they're brand new. So that was my one regret. Anyway, that is it. And I talked as fast as I could, and hope you guys caught some of it.
Thank you, Amy. That was good. That was really good. Okay, now we're going to keep moving right along. Y'all know I don't like to waste your time. I want to hear from my friend Robin Carley. Robin is a silver ambassador on our team. Was this your second convention, Robin? Okay. Her second convention, both times in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Okay, sorry. So Robin, take it away and just share with us some of your biggest takeaways from this year.
Well, as Amber said, I am a silver ambassador, and so my Plexiversary will be next month in July. And to tell you the truth, I really didn't expect to still be a silver ambassador. I thought, well, heck, I'm going to be gold by then. Well, I'm not. And, life kind of gets in the way sometimes. My dad diagnosed with cancer and then passed away this spring. And frankly, that kind of feels like the rug got pulled out from underneath you. And so I needed the convention. Oh, I've also decided to make a life change, and I retired from my job as a school nurse. And so I am needing to probably focus more on my business and get rid of some excuses. And so the things that I enjoyed most were all the inspirational stuff, because that's what I needed. I needed more belief. Yes, I know about our branding. I'm excited about our products, but the belief is what fires me up. I'm just an encourager by nature, and words of encouragement are my love language. So I was just like eating it up there. A couple quick things that I wanted to just kind of go over. Some quotes that I had were, I think this was when Alita Allen was talking, and she said that we need to give thanks for all opportunities that even our struggles bring. Because I know that had I progressed faster, I don't know that I would have been able to handle it. I already had other things going on in my life, and if I had had a bigger team or they needed more of me, would I have been able to do that? So I'm kind of trusting in God's timing there. Another person had the quote, and actually this is a C.S. Lewis quote, and it was, "It is not your business to succeed, but to do right. And when you have done so, the rest lies with God." So I'm kind of like, okay, I'm just going to keep trying to do right. And then both Les Brown and Melissa Eichenhorst. Melissa Eichenhorst was one of the diamonds that talked in the silver workshop. And she alluded to the illustration of the Chinese bamboo growth, and how that this seed is planted and it's watered and nurtured for 4 and 5 years, and nothing happens and nothing happens and nothing happens. And then on the 5th year, then you just see this super radical growth. And that really reinforced to me that even though we're working and we might not see that much is going on, that things can explode quickly. And it really reminded me of the whole concept of, like, most of you are probably parents, and how many of us have had moments when we've been parenting where we've just been like, I'm ready to be done with this. I mean, this is too hard. This is And it has to do, but you don't give up. And it has to do with longevity, persistence, and perseverance. And I think perseverance is like my life word. It's just so important to just keep going, because as Les Brown said, a dream takes time. And he said that we have a vehicle that is designed to help us secure our financial futures. And the other little quote that he had that I thought was very good, well, there's a couple more quotes. That one, we need to be content with what we have while we pursue what we want. And the other one had to do with residual income. And he said, there's going to be a lot of times when we're going to be doing stuff that we're not going to be getting paid for, kind of laying the foundation, but later we will continue to get paid for work that we're not doing. So I could go on, but those were some of my highlights.
Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that so much. And once again, you took away some stuff that I missed, probably because I was busy taking notes, or I don't know, maybe I was talking to somebody. But I love that last quote, that I'm just being honest. Be content with what you have while you pursue what you want. I absolutely love that. That's genius. Okay, we've got one last gal that I want you guys to hear from. Her name's Katie Gallagher. She actually just went silver yesterday, 2 days ago, on the 1st. I'm reading lips. Hold on, you're
it was during convention.
During convention, went silver. You guys, this girl's a rock star. If you're not following her on Facebook, go follow her. She lives in California, came to our training that we did on April 1st, all the way in Texas, came for that training. That's dedication. Was that convention this year? I wanted you guys to hear from her because this was her very first convention. So Katie, take it away for us.
Okay, so I went into convention thinking it was going to be fun, and I literally could not have been more blown away. I had the most amazing time. I'm still so inspired and like riding on that high. And my parents actually went with me just to support me. My mom had signed up as an ambassador like months ago, just to be a supportive mom. And then after the first session, she's like, okay, I'm an ambassador. Like, what do I do? So we were like buddies the whole time, taking notes together, and we're like already game planning. We both decided we're going to win winner's dinner next year for convention. And we have a whole bunch of goals in mind. And anyways, like how everyone has said, get yourself to convention. It like literally just, it blew my mind. It was so exciting. And one thing that stuck out to me it was during the like silver and ambassador training session. She had us write, I have them right here. She had us tear a piece of paper in half. On one side, she wrote our why, and on one side, we wrote our fears. And then she asked us to look at the why side and think about it and just dream about why you're doing this and what you want to achieve in your goals. And she said, when you're thinking of those, you don't think about your fears anymore. They don't matter to you. So I've committed myself every day. I'm going to think about, every time I think about my fears, I'm going to go straight to my why and think about my goals and what I'm doing about this. And yeah, that was like my biggest takeaway. And just like Plexus really does do everything big. I was stunned by the dessert reception, like a party everywhere I went. It was just crazy. So
yes, you can't say Plexus doesn't know how to throw a party, because they know how to throw one heck of a party. And it was just so much fun to see you there. We connected at the dessert reception, and she walked up and was like, finally, because it is sometimes hard, like Vicki was saying, to actually connect with people because there's so many people there. And sometimes you can miss seeing someone. So I was blessed to see you and your mama there at dessert reception, and just so excited to have you on our team. I love that. Your why will help you get rid of those fears. And I tell people all the time, make sure your why is bigger than just you. Let your why be about other people. Let it be about your spouse. Let it be about your parents. Let it be about helping your kids. Let it be about helping helping build an orphanage or helping build a water well or something, let it help be about sending someone on a mission trip or something, but make sure it's bigger than just you. Dream big with Plexus. That was our theme of our convention last year, and it's so appropriate because it's an endless opportunity what you can do with this company. I'm going to go ahead and close us out. We went just a few minutes over, which rarely happens, but I'm going to go ahead and close us out with a word of prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you so much for this evening. I thank you for just everyone that's on this call. Lord, I pray that you will just rain down your richest blessings upon each and every one of them. Lord, we thank you for convention. We thank you for all that we learned, Lord, for our leadership, for Alec and Tarl and Marianne and Cindy and Sarah and everyone at corporate, Lord. We just pray your blessings upon them and your protection over them. Lord, we thank you for the exciting new products that Julie talked about. We thank you for all these tips that all these folks have mentioned of just different ways that we can help expand and grow our business. Lord, we love you and we thank you and praise you for all that you are. In your name, amen. All right, you guys, I'm going to stop.